Hey everyone, welcome to the session. Today we are going to discuss top 100 colleges in India as well as abroad based on GMAT cutoffs. This is Deepika Awasthi. I have 10 years of teaching experience. I'm verbal ability expert of GMAT, CAT and other MBA exams. And let's get started with the colleges. First of all, we are here going to discuss about GMAT cutoff. So let us just quickly understand what is GMAT exam. GMAT is graduation management admission test which is nearly taken by 2 lakh, 2.5 lakh people every year. It is conducted by GMAC all throughout the year. You can take this exam in any month whenever you feel prepared. There is no fixed time for this exam that you have to wait for 6 months or 1 year. Like any other exam, you can take this exam in almost every month. Of course, there's a limitation to how many times you can take an exam within a year, but then if you feel prepared today, you can maybe book a date in this week. It's like that. GMAT is also computer adaptive exam. You can take it at home or you can go to the examination center for this. You can also like prepare or finish preparing for this exam within 3 months to maximum 6 months. Generally this is the time majority of the students take to score an average level score of say 650 700 approximately, and it is held like worldwide in almost all the countries. Generally this exam is taken by the students who want to pursue MBA abroad or in top international colleges. Now, the rankings we are going to discuss are based on certain things. First of all, see, top colleges generally take a score of 700 plus, right? Also, unlike many national exams, for example, in India, CAT exam, if we talk about, in only top 5% get selected. So to a certain extent it's a rejection process rather than a selection process. A student with same caliber, same percentile, for example a 95 percentile in GMAT and a 95 percentile in CAT, in CAT you may or may not get anything, but in GMAT you're definitely going to get a good college, that's for sure, because first of all you'll target some top 10 or 15 or 20 colleges in India. For some reason if you're not getting it, you still have so many countries, and if you just target top 5 or top 10 college of every country and say you try to apply in top 100 colleges of the world, you'll definitely get into, or you have very higher probability to get into a good college, which will be good ROI, return investment, good placements, everything else, right? Good ranking, whatever you want or you need from a B school. So GMAT is definitely worth taking because it saves your time. You don't have to wait one more year to get into a very good college, because in CAT if you're not getting into top IIMs or top colleges, you'll have to wait for another year or maybe compromise with a tier 2 tier 3 college which may not give you a great placement after 2 years even if you settle down for it. So I would suggest everyone who definitely aspires to get into top college, great placements, must take GMAT, even if you're a student who's targeting CAT exam, right? So today we are going to discuss rankings based on reputation of the college, their GMAT cutoff, their placements, their tuition and fees, right? Their average salary after someone graduates from the college, all these things. Before we start, we are going to discuss colleges, top colleges of India. So as we know, ISB Hyderabad, right? Whenever we discuss or talk about GMAT, ISB Hyderabad is a common word everybody will throw in, and you know कि ठीक है, लेकिन ना ये तो अपना इंडिया में एक टारगेट कॉलेज है ही. See, for one thing we need to understand also about these rankings, that apart from the cutoff, they definitely focus on your profile, like your work experience and a lot of other things. Especially in GMAT, that's quite important. Like your overall profile matters much more or equally as much as your score. That is, the cutoffs are not very high. They just want a basic cutoff, and then after that they will give importance to your profile. So when we talk about ISB Hyderabad, which is one of the top colleges for GMAT, a 710 score, which is a good score. I would not say very easy to get, but not very hard also. That's your minimum score. That does not mean that if you're crossing a 710, you are definitely getting into a ISB Hyderabad. The one thing, this is like one thing students needs to understand, that marks is just one of the criteria, score is just one of the criteria to be considered for college, not to get selected. In order to get selected, your interview, your profile, your resume, a lot of other things are considered, and a cumulative like combination of all those things will finalize whether you're going to get admission in a particular college or not. So ISB Hyderabad, as you can see here, SP Jain, I'm Calcutta, I'm Ahmedabad, I'm Bangalore. And if you want to get into any top 10 colleges of India for that matter, like of course we have written, but any top 10 say within India, you have to score a 705 or 700 plus in latest GMAT focus edition, of course, to be even considered, right? Then of course there are colleges which will like just take a very minimal cutoff of 600, say, or IFT, which is a good college, 650, Exam MB 550, right? So there are these colleges as well. In case you do not want to waste time, you do not want to retake the exam, you have got slightly lower score, these are the colleges you can apply to. Because with GMAT, one thing always creeps into everyone's mind, that if you are getting into international colleges, top colleges, the fees is going to be very high, and somehow people are scared of taking loans, especially if they are going abroad. Generally, without any scholarship, 1 CR, 1 crore is something you can expect, right? Including all the cost, tuition, your like living there and everything, right? All the costs included. So either you're looking for a scholarship, or otherwise just the same value in lesser fees, maybe, if possible. So if you're not getting a good scholarship or any scholarship at all, you must consider colleges in India, because they will give you a almost similar placement, but at the same, or maybe after studying in Indian top colleges, 2 years working here, and then you can, with that experience, you can switch abroad, and then there you can match up with anyone who has paid very high fees. That this is a strategy a lot of people adapt. And I feel it's a good strategy. Of course, you have to work really well, not just in college then, and but in your first job as well in that case. Now, apart from India, when we talk about top 100 colleges, majority of the top colleges are there in USA, as we call them Ivy Leagues, isn't it? So we'll start with rankings. Slightly change every year. I don't think it matters to a great extent. First of all, if we talk about top 10 colleges, Ivy Leagues, like whether you get into Kellogg, Harvard, Harvard somehow has a bigger name than other colleges, but Stanford, Wharton, Chicago, Kellogg, Yale, New York Stern, in these top 10, if you're getting anything, trust me, at the end of the day, it depends on your performance in that college, as I said, your overall profile, and like what you're learning, how you are as a candidate in the college. If you're getting into any college just to get a job at the end, from the college, like if you're a liability for the college, you may not even get that. You have to be asset for the college. So if you already have a great profile, if you already are employable, they think they can give you good placements or something they can contribute in your life, then only they'll give you admission. So you should not just focus on score and see, okay, let me however just get the admission in this top college, and then after that I'll get a great job, right? Great jobs are generally you get when you're an asset and not a liability. So do not just focus on the score, but also focus on your profile. uh, so yeah, so Stanford, Wharton, Chicago. If you see almost all these colleges, top 10 Ivy League colleges need a score of 720 to 740. Right, this is something. So 740, 745 is like highest. If a lot of people say I'll score perfect 800 on 800, yeah, 805 on 805. I think that is just your ego speaking. You don't really need that. Right? You need to get into a top college. Just try to focus on a minimal score. If you get an 800 or anything 805, great, good for you. But if you're getting slightly lesser, I don't think it makes any difference. Focus more on your profile after that, right? Once you've got a 720, a 745, say, or 755 at max, and then see what basically you can do to improve your profile, so that your chances of admission improves. So these are top 20 colleges of USA or of the world. If you're getting into it, I would say your future looks great, looks bright. See, if you want to get into top 100 colleges, top 40 colleges are in USA. We have to, that's the rest 21 to 40 ranking is this. You can see the cutoff here in this case, right? Carnegie Mellon is 690, then Boston University is 682, BYU Marriott is 674. So again, you need at least 680, 670 still to get into a top 50 college as well. One thing, as I said initially, that if you just target one country, it's more of a rejection process. Like if you're not getting into top 20, 30 colleges of that particular country, say India, right? You might have to retake the exam, improve, right, work harder, and then again see which college is accepting you. But if you target the entire world, right, you have host of more opportunities, more colleges, so there is more probability of getting into top college without retaking the exam, wasting money, wasting time. So now after these 40 colleges, I'm going to give you rest 60 colleges, as we are discussing top 100 colleges. Like these 60 will be not like just randomly all over the world, from every country, which are top 8, 10, 12, or 15 colleges. So if we talk about UK, these are the universities. As you can see, University of Cambridge for MBA, again 680. So for UK, you need anything from 600 to 680 to get into a top college or top MBA program of that country. If we talk about European countries, then European, of course, hands down, NCR, HEC Paris, IMD, IE Business, right? These like four colleges, something if you're getting, and especially if you have work experience of at least 3 to 4 years, then you have to like target these colleges, because fee wise, these colleges are quite a better deal compared to many other colleges which rank in top 100. And at the same time, ROI, return on investment, placements, chances of getting a scholarship is generally more in these colleges, is what I have always seen. Then GMAT scores for MBA in Canada, FBC, so Rotman, McGill, Ontario, right, Queen's University. These are the, I would say, like for Canada, I feel these five colleges like are good enough if you're getting this grade. Otherwise, try to see another country rather than top 10 of Canada, right? If the list I've made here, as I said, is based on a lot of factors, not just cutoffs. Cutoff is something I'm telling you, but the return on investment, placements, kind of exposure you're getting, all these things, and like their ranking generally do not move much every year when the rankings are changed. So these are the colleges which have been in top 100 in last 5 years, no matter what, right? Then if we talk about, right, in general, like India, Singapore, China, Australia, like these Asian like countries, then our ISB ranks high. After that, all the IMs. If you want to get into India's top 10 colleges, as we discussed, getting a 700 plus is kind of crucial. One thing you need to understand, if you're getting a 700 plus, you have some chance of getting admission in these colleges. If you do not have a 700 plus, you have absolutely no chance of getting admission in these colleges, even if you have a great profile, or very very less chance, I would say, again depending on your profile. If you have maybe 10 years of very good leadership program experience, then of course you have a chance. But generally 700 is a must, right? When they put a cutoff, it is just to filter out students. It doesn't mean one who is not getting the chance to interview does not deserve it, but they have to filter out students because there's so many applicants every year. Right. Now, as I said, apart from the score, what all is considered? Your GMAT score, your work experience, academic profile, like your 10th, 12th, graduation score, your GPA, right? Your interview performance, how much you're able to tell them about your past working experience, your learning, your leadership abilities, right? Your personality. For some countries, apart from GMAT, you'll have to take IELTS or TOEFL, any language, sometimes PTE as well, any language proficiency test, whichever is required, and get a certain score, which is generally for IELTS it is 7.5, 7.5. For TOEFL it is 90 plus, right, score. And for again PTE it is like again out of 60, 40, 45 plus kind of score. So most of the GMAT colleges will also require to write some essays, SOP, statement of purpose, and recommendation letters. And based on your statement of purpose, also to a great extent, your admission actually depends, right? So after once you got the score, do not just relax, because now the rest of the things are equally or more important. Score is just to filter out students. There's still a lot of competition. There's still so many students who have gotten the good score or as much as your score, isn't it? So now how you going to make the difference? And for that, your SOP, your interview performance, academic profile, now it's the last lap, which is much more difficult, and you cannot just relax or like lag behind. You have to see that you, at least if you're free, if you're doing nothing, try to just work again, try to add that work experience if possible, because that definitely is going to make a lot of difference. and of course with experts prepare for interviews. And unlike many, I would say, foreign B schools, abroad B schools, some of the Indian ones, because they like, as I was talking about working experience, Indian colleges also prefer freshers. So if you're a fresher, if you do not have any work experience, then after GMAT it is preferable for you to only apply in India. Do not even apply abroad. This is what I'll recommend. Otherwise, either you'll get into MIM, Masters in Management. Comparatively, the placement will not be as great as GMAT, or else again cost also will be very high, right? Fee will be high because merit. If you just go by merit, you have less experience. Either you'll not get scholarship or you'll get very less scholarship. So sensible thing for a fresher will be, if you're targeting GMAT, try to take admission within India itself, right? So I hope you have got some idea, students. Thank you so much for attending and for listening to me. I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. Bye bye. Have a nice day.